Pages, Aadam Patel. Right, Ad?
Hi, lads.
Right. Does anyone call you AP?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was going to say it's so easy, isn't it? AP.
Much easier.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? Go on, AP.
Ad, loads to get at. Obviously, the big talking point, which has taken up most of the show, is Trent. He's all over the back pages. Back pages star. This time we know it's for real. Real closing on Trent deal on the Express. It looks like he's off.
Yeah, it looks like Liverpool are fighting a losing battle now, isn't it? I think probably the biggest statement here is that Trent hasn't come out and said anything along the lines of him wanting to stay. And I think that pretty much does tell the story. You've got Marca reporting that he's prepared to accept a 5-year deal at Madrid. And again, it's just Madrid getting their way, isn't it? They got Mbappe on a free, Alaba on a free, Rudiger on a free, and now they're going to get Trent Alexander.
That's crazy. But this is how they do business. Do you know what I mean?
It's great business, mate.
It's a business model that they've obviously looked at and thought, we're the biggest club in the world. No player wants to turn us down. If we target players with a year on their contracts, 18 months on their contracts, and we start making contact, they'll sit it out.
Yeah, and it's working, isn't it? It's working. I think if you look at this situation, though, I think the interesting thing is you've got Trent in a Liverpool team that's arguably one of the best sides in Europe, and he's got a chance there to perhaps become a captain there in a couple of years' time. So is he actually getting a better level of football? I think that's the interesting thing here. It's obviously a bigger club, but I think ultimately it's probably just one where it's too good to resist because it's Real Madrid in this case.
Real Madrid, and they know that. They know that, Real Madrid, and they just know that they can just pull your arm and they'll go, you know what? We don't even have to offer them more money. We'll just offer them the same contract. They're probably on 180 grand a week, most of them anyway, because they're the type of players that they go for. But footballers have still got that desire to go and play.
Plus, he's moving on a free, right? So he's going to get a huge.
Yeah, he gets a big chunk on. Yeah, of course. But they'll just go, yeah, you know what? I'll wait a year and I'll see it through and sign for Real Madrid.
It's a shock for Liverpool, isn't it? Though 20 years he spent there and they're not getting a penny back.
No, it's a killer. It's a killer. It's bad business from them. They've only got themselves to blame.
Never allowed that to happen. We are ignored, says the back page of the Mail. Kane, players scared of summer burnout, but no one's listening. We're in Kane, says the back page of the Mirror. And also on the back page of the Express, it says Kane afraid of burnout. Obviously, this is something that's been a conversation piece for quite some time.
Yeah, it's hardly a new story, but I guess when it's England captain, it's always going to be much bigger. And I think this one stands out because no one really knows the point of that Club World Cup in the summer. Like, there's obviously a lot of money involved, and I think Kane says in one of his quotes, everyone wants their piece of the pie, but it's ridiculous. I think they've got to be there 3 days before the tournament starts, and England have a game which is 4 days before. I think England have got 11 players that could potentially be in that problem there, where I think it's got to a point now where I think, if you look at it, what is the solution? Like, unless players say no, which they're not going to do because the clubs are the ones paying the money, like, how do you actually sort it out?
Well, I think they do have to say no, Ad. I think they do. I think
How are you going to square that circle?
I think, Players' Union has to get together and say, we've got to make a stance. We have to make a stance. I mean, the fixture list is outrageous. Right, it is outrageous.
Okay, right. But here's the scenario. We just spoke about Trent, right? By all accounts, Real Madrid want to try and get this over the line so that he is available for their squad in the Club World Cup. They're going to be giving him probably somewhere in the region of £30 million to sign, or maybe more, right? They're paying him £260,000 a week. How can he say no then? How's he going to say, no, thank you? He's pocketing gazillions a year. No. How can a player say no? I hear them, but you can't say no.
I know, but then there's a welfare side of it that clubs have got to look at. We're paying these players this crazy amount of money, and they all get injured. You know, like you look at, how much are we paying Carvajal, Real Madrid? He's injured for the whole season. You know, how many players have got injured this season in the Premier League?
Yeah, the injury record in the Premier League
is outrageous.
Is absolutely ridiculous.
So,
this season.
Yeah, they're paying them this money, but they're also paying them this money to sit on the physio bed for 6 months because they keep picking up injuries because of the fixture list.
Good point.
So there has to be some sort of balance. And, it's all right saying that, about the money, but they're wasting money when they're injured. It's crazy. Back page of the Mirror. It's on a few pages, actually. Maguire kicked into touch. Maguire left out of England's squad on form, says Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, interesting one. I think everyone assumed that he was left out for fitness, but Tuchel's made it pretty clear that he wants 2 left-footed centre-half and 2 right-footed ones. And if you've got Maguire, he's competing with, I think, Ezri Konsa, Mark Gahey and John Stones. And it's more complicated for him because obviously Tuchel thinks Kyle Walker and Reece James can probably play that right-sided centre-half role. So I think it's probably tough to see a way back for him, really, especially given the way United are going as well. And I think it's probably one of them where he might have brought back the likes of your Hendersons and your Ashfords, but I think Maguire's one of them that's probably not going to be one for Thomas Tuchel.
Why do you think you've got Ezri Konsa? I thought was brilliant over the 2 games.
By the way, he's been brilliant for a number of seasons. That's nothing new.
Yeah, Mark Gahey. I like he likes balance. You know, we've seen Lewis Skelly left-footed, left back.
Yeah.
I think it might, unless he has an unbelievable end to the season, the campaign, he ain't going World Cup.
No, it feels like that. Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Also on the back page of the Mail, top flight refs rake. It says, I love the word raking. I mean, it's amazing how the words they use. They also, I could use top flight refs trouser, 240 grand a year. It's just the way they use it. Don't earn it. They rake or trouser, 240 grand a year, reveals Webb.
I think it's an interesting one because essentially the story is PGMOL asking the Premier League for more money, saying that if they don't, they're going to lose, I think it's 23 million over 5 years. And that essentially, the story is how much the PL refs are making. The Football League refs are making less than half of that. But it's Webb saying, look, like, if you want better quality, then we need more money. But I think the problem...
That's garbage. What a load of garbage that is.
That's the problem.
What do you mean?
We're just going to pay refs more money and you're going to get better refs. Well, that's a load of rubbish.
Well, I'm guessing the money will be invested into coaching, training, that sort of thing. That's what I'm guessing. They're not going to just trouser it or rake it in.
Well, that's what they're going to. This says they're raking it in. He's going to. Is there 240 grand a year?
That's not a lot, by the way. That's nothing. That's nothing.
What do you mean?
I think they're underpaid.
You want him out?
No, I'm not.
That's less than a game.
That's less than a week.
They run around with a whistle.
Yeah, and making big decisions.
There's no talent in that.
What?
There's no talent in being a ref.
Are you saying to me that you're refereeing the biggest league in the world, and they're on, some of them, less than a yearly wage, less than some of them a week?
Yeah, but they're football players. They're the players.
No, of course, but then you want them to officiate in the biggest league in the world, the richest league in the world. 240 grand a year.
They're a ref.
Do you think that's a lot?
No, I think that's too much.
Well, okay, what should they get?
150 grand a year? 120? What's that, 10 grand a month?
You just made that number up.
10 grand a month. Four games a month.
You just made that up.
Well, it's 2.5 grand a week. They're a rev.
After tax?
They're a rev.
Mate, honestly, okay, AP,
sorry,
mate, we're having a row over it.
We're paying revs 250 grand a year.
AP, what do you think?
So let VAR do it and still get it wrong.
Give it a go. There's a piece in the Times, just on the back page today, that ex-pros turning into refs. I think Jamie could potentially give it a go.
Go on, give it a go.
What?
Come on, double up.
250 grand a year, I will.
Do Sports Park, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Imagine that. We got him on.
How much the Prime Minister? How much the Prime Minister get? Keir Starmer.
Mate, don't even talk about Prime Minister.
He gets about 120 grand a year, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He'll be trousering money elsewhere.
Yeah,
or raking it elsewhere.
For 240 grand a year to be a ref, it's a lot of dough, by the way. You can't sit here and say that's not a lot of money. It's 20 grand a month.
Mate, it's not a lot for... Sorry, AP, go on, you talk.
20 grand a month.
Let him talk.
To be a bang average ref.
Would you do it for 240, Jamie? Would you do it for 240?
What?
240 a year.
Of course I'd do it for 240. Do a lot of things for 240.
He went over to America.
Like, you joking?
He was a love rap with America.
240 grand. Come on, man. Like, where are we going? What's going on here?
I don't think it's a lot of money, personally.
You don't think that's a lot of money?
No, for the biggest and most... What I'm saying is, for the rich... Fist has spoken again. Sorry, AP, you talk. Go on, AP.
We're talking about talent. We're talking about world talent. You can't compare the players.
Let him talk.
I know, sorry.
For the quality we have in the Premier League, then probably they don't really deserve much more. The amount of controversy we have on a weekly basis.
Do you know how hard it is for the normal person to go out and earn 240 grand a year? Do you know how hard that is?
I'm not saying it isn't. What I'm saying is it's the biggest, most richest league in the world.
I don't care.
And they're paid.
I don't care.
I actually think... I don't
do you think banks in England?
Banks now.
Oh, we're talking about banks in England. We're talking about CEOs.
No, what's going to come out now? Nurses.
General managers. CEOs. Nurses. Doctors.
The army will come out.
Saving people's lives.
Firemen.
Police. That's it.
There you go.
Going out.
And you bought Prime Minister.
And you've got a ref who can't get a decision right. earning £250,000 a year, and Howard Webb has got the cheek to come out and say they want more money.
Yep, train them better.
Honestly.
Get better refs.
I'm sick to death of this. I'm sick to death of PGMOL. Who brought these up? Who made this up?
AP, sorry, mate. Go on, talk. Go on.
It is a
let
joke.
talk.
No,
Jay.
I'm sorry, Ad. It's a disgrace, mate. It's a disgrace.
Jay, let Jay.
240 grand a year. Honestly, they can't even get a throw-in right.
Go on, lad.
I just want to see Jamie ref after that rant. That's all I want to see.
Joke, mate. Do you know how hard it is for the normal person to earn 240 grand?
Okay, why don't there be refs then? Is that easy? All be refs.
I could go and ref a game.
Oh, do you know what? Right,
I could go and ref a game.
And do what? You'll get every decision right, will you?
Well, it don't matter if I get it right. I've got VAR behind me. Don't matter. I get them wrong every week.
Would you get them right?
Yeah, I think I'd get the majority of them right. Yeah, I think I would.
Do you know what, mate?
Honestly, 240 grand a year. All you got to do is be fit, know the rules, blow a whistle.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.